So my sweet williams are finished flowering and they have set a lot of seeds. So I'm going to show you how I collect them. And what I look for is that they're all brown on the top here. I'll come a little bit closer. So the top here, it's all brown, and the top actually started just to open up. That means they're all ripe. And notice I collect them in very dry weather because I don't want these seeds to start to rot or anything. So what I do now, I just tip them over, and a bunch of new sweet williams here, really black ones, very easy to recognize here. So you will have a bunch of like hundreds, maybe 500 of this area here. So there's actually two ways you could sow them. One, you can winter sow them, which I'll show you in a minute. And the other way is you can actually also sow them here now in summer. As soon as you collected the seeds, you can start to sow them because they are biennials. So that means they will grow the green foliage the first year, and then already by next year you'll have really beautiful flowers. So I'll add a few more. I will actually keep them in this coffee filter. The ones I'll keep for my winter zone, always with a name on, because in that way they get a lot of air and make sure they don't rot. And then I'll go and show you in the greenhouse. So I've gone in the greenhouse just to show you how quickly these sweet williams, they have sprouted. This is a week ago, and look at them just come up from the soil here. They are done really well. So if you want to see a video about how we did these ones, you can click here. But if you also want to see a whole process on how we winter sowed them, another method, then see here.
So for this, we're using regular potting soil because it's the cheapest. We did add water beforehand. That'll help our seeds not get lost and tossed around in the tray.
Oh, and if you want to see a great video on how to winter sow, click the link here.
Good job, Lars.
So here I have my seeds of my sweet williams, Studentenellige, and I'll sow them with everything, dried flower bits here. Doesn't matter, they will still germinate really nicely. So I'm just they have really black ones here. Here's the main seed. So I'm just gonna sprinkle it over here. There we go. And then I'm gonna add just a handful of soil on top. Just like this. There we go. And not to forget a name tag, so remember what variety it is. And then I'm gonna pop it right out in our greenhouse, and I'll keep the surface here not dried out, like moist, with my spray over here until spring is coming. And then when it gets warmer, it will start to germinate, and once they're bigger, they're smaller plants, we can plant them out in the garden.
Now it's time to place these in the glass house. They're going to need sunlight, and they're going to need to be watered once every 2 weeks with a little sprayer. Just keep an eye on them. Once these seedlings start to sprout, they'll be ready to plant out directly in the garden come springtime.
So it has been 3 months, and these sweet williams have sprouted in the tray. And as you can see, they have really grown and have the second set of leaves. So I will take a group of this and repot in a bigger pot and then out in the garden. If you don't have the time or the space to repot, you could also take them right from this tray out in the garden.